Yep.
I don't remember. Are we recording?
We are recording. Do you want to do the intro this time?
I don't know if I can pull it off. I don't know if I am worthy.
What do you mean? Try it.
What is it? Oh, okay, I remember. This is all going to be in there?
Yeah. I'm leaving it in.
Welcome back, everybody. This is John.
It's terrible.
Was it really that
Welcome
bad?
back, everybody.
Yeah, go ahead. You take it. Take it.
It was perfect. It was perfect. It's Dan and John. Welcome back.
Welcome back to the Borderline Buddies podcast. And we're shutting it down. This is our last podcast. And those are faithful listeners. You are going to be getting some compensation for your contribution.
Straight out of John's baby money fund.
Out of my baby
pay it.
fund. Help us. I gotta get locked in here, dude. I'm kind of spaced out.
I know what you mean. I actually have the perfect thing to kick this off. I really do. I'm not joking.
Should we talk about how we were gonna record at my house and then Dan forgot his computer, so we're back at Dan's house?
I mean, that's the whole story.
That's it.
Well, here,
you want to tell it? I'll give your own personal twist.
Yeah, I got there, and then I was like, man, I forgot my computer. And then you're like, yo, Lucy is at Amanda's house, which is right across the street. So at least it worked out.
Yeah, I know.
Because if it wouldn't have, it would have really sucked.
It was meant to be, actually.
And I have the perfect thing to kick this podcast off.
Let's do it, because I need to get in the mode.
Okay, so here we go. I do have the perfect thing to kick this off.
I'm excited.
You gotta open your Christmas present from me.
You got me a Christmas present?
You know I did.
Dan, I don't want this because then it makes me obligated to get you a Christmas
present. No, you're not obligated to give you a Christmas present.
All right. So I'll just go ahead and
open it on but you have no clue what this is.
I don't, but there's a bunch of different emoji faces on it, and it says, guess what's in the box.
That's all it is, it's that box.
And that's it. There's styrofoam in the box, and that's it. The pressure is high to have a good reaction, so here we go. All right, this got some styrofoam on it. Dude, no way! Dude, this is amazing.
Isn't that awesome?
This is absolutely incredible.
Look at the back.
I saw the back.
You see the back? Okay.
What's up, girl? Dude, how did you...
You know what, I'm annoyed? I wish I would have ordered two.
Why didn't you order?
I should have. Because I probably am. I'm just gonna go back and reorder it so it's the exact same.
That's amazing.
And then we have to have that with us,
dude. And it's like so well done too. Of course, all they did was take our logo and put it on a mug. I got to explain what this is. Dan got me a mug that says it has our logo on the front of it.
The logo that you all can see on our
podcast, Borderline Buddies podcast, and on the back it says "What's up, girl?" with a question mark.
That's the first episode.
First episode, dude.
I should have put episode 1 on it or something like that too.
This is amazing. It actually looks.
It turned out really well.
Yeah, and
I was surprised.
I don't have one single full mug in my house.
Really?
No, like not like a standard size mug.
I thought you had.
I have like little ones.
Okay.
I have like little, yeah.
Well, that one's not huge. It's just a normal.
No, this is like what I do.
So like I was looking at stuff and I was gonna go like shirt, but like that on a shirt, just that square, kind of looked weird.
Does it?
Well, it was just one big square.
We got to get rid of the square and just do like the yellow.
Oh yeah, I was thinking of something like that. I was thinking, should we need to like?
This is amazing, dude.
If whenever our listeners start chipping in, we'll pay somebody to give us like a legit logo.
Oh, yeah.
Not that one's not cool.
No, but like
you know what
actual,
I mean. Yeah. And when it got here, though, I opened it because I wanted to see what it looked like.
Yeah, totally.
And I looked at it and I was like, this turned out really good.
It looks super clean.
No, it does. And they centered it pretty well. And then I have it on the back. I was trying to figure out what to put on the back. And it was like, do you want to put both on the front and the back? And I was like,
dude, this is so funny.
The best thing is, too, like, if this podcast hopefully never happens, but it ever ends, that is there.
We can always go back and look at it.
Always, yeah. You always go back and look at that mug.
And that's the whole reason we do this podcast, is for 20 years down the road, go back and listen to these episodes and just be like, wow, can you believe what we were talking about when we didn't have kids?
Like, John, remember back before we were millionaires?
We were so poor. We were asking our viewers to give us money.
Remember that? Now we're holding our businesses. We make millions of dollars.
It's crazy.
Bread costs $100,000 a loaf, so we're really not millionaires.
Yeah, everybody's a billionaire.
Because inflation.
But gas is $50 a gallon.
Exactly.
Well, thanks, dude.
Oh man, anytime. I was so happily annoyed when I got that. So like, you never tell people how much you pay, but I'm going to tell you because it was really funny. So like, I found the mug and I'm like looking at customizable things in general. So I found the mug and I'm like, okay, I think like a mug would be perfect because you do drink coffee.
Yep.
Right. So I'm like, I'll just get him a mug because that's something you can use.
Exactly.
I'm a big fan. This might sound dumb, but like when you buy presents, I want to buy something you use.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's actually going to have some sort of benefit.
100%.
Not that cash and stuff like that doesn't, don't get me wrong.
No, yeah.
But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, I got the mug. It was $6. I'm like, oh, sweet. So I customized it, and after I customized it, it was $12. Oh, that's fine. I can do $12.
Yeah.
And then I ordered it. It was like $25. I was like shipping. I was like, what just happened?
They just keep on tagging on.
And I was like, what in the world? But I was like, whatever. I didn't really care.
It's probably like 10 cents a character.
Well, I'll be honest. When I got it, I went, okay, this looks pretty good. I was really happy with it.
I'm super excited.
We'll post it to our page that we don't have.
I know, yeah. We don't even have a page yet.
Like a Twitter.
Just literally picture our logo on a white mug, and it has a black handle.
I know. I thought the black tied in with it though.
Looks sweet, dude.
It's a black interior inside the mug too. So
you don't have to ever clean it.
Never have to clean it.
It's amazing.
The coffee, you never notice the coffee stains. You might notice the mold, but you'll never notice the coffee stains.
I'm the worst with that. I'll use a mug and then never clean it out.
Roxy's in the house for this podcast.
Roxy.
She is literally just right in the middle of the floor.
I was playing with a laser. I have it right here.
Yeah, she loves it. She is probably our most playful one. The hard thing when you play with him is he's actually a lot stronger, so you'll see the carpet pull up.
Oh, yeah.
When he goes at it.
Yeah.
And then, I have I don't know where it is, but we have, one of those sticks with, a string,
Oh, yeah.
Fake mouse, fake feather, whatever it is on the end. I think it's a fish, actually.
There's your other cat.
And, okay, they hate each other right now. They might try to attack each other.
I'd love to see that.
Oh, dude.
Fight night.
Is? John, look at the TV stand for that, and you'll love it.
It's fight night.
So, we gave them a bath, which one of the selling points of cats is they bathe themselves, right?
Yeah,
so we bathe them, once a year, because it's just good to give them a bath. So we did, and we think, because we don't know, we think it's because he smells a lot different.
Oh, really?
And she's not used to it. We don't know because she just starts attacking. It's really, and not in a playful way, in a
literally tried
to kill him. But we don't know why. So we're thinking it's because of that. Thanks, babe.
She's not interested in this. Laser's more fun, apparently.
I don't know. She won't.
But oh, you know what? I gotta.
Oh, you're looking at Frank. Is he down there?
Yeah,
that's what she's looking at.
Him. He's watching him. I gotta read off. Daniel Deering sent me his.
Oh, we got another email.
I think it was from Daniel.
No, maybe. Can you access the email?
I can't, but he told me
I need to get you to access the email.
he told me that he tried to send one, but
I haven't looked at it, so he might have.
He sent.
Oh, we have another one.
He sent his.
Is this it?
Danny Dimes.
That's got to be him, right? Oh, there's the other one.
It's got to be him.
Frank
Danny Dimes. That's a great nickname, Daniel. But he sent his pick in for the offense with animals.
Oh, okay.
So I'll read it off really quick. His quarterback, he picked a grizzly bear. Running back, he picked a rabbit, which I think is
actually a really good pick.
Insane pick. A fullback, he picked a cougar. Oh, he threw fullback in there.
Here.
Picked a cougar for fullback. Wide receiver, he picked a pit bull.
A pit bull is a wide receiver.
He was telling me that his dog Toby is a pit bull and he can catch with his mouth really well.
Oh, cool.
Which I was thinking about that. Have you ever seen the dogs catch frisbees in their mouths? They're insane.
You get the athletic ones, yeah.
Offensive lineman was a mountain goat. I was like, dude, that's amazing.
A mountain goat.
With those huge the horns.
Yeah, that's sweet.
And then
that's just funny. Mountain goat.
He picked the tight end too as an ape. An ape as a tight end.
That's a good tight end. That's super hilarious. Good tight end.
But
we can't spend too much time on that. We lost people last time.
Apparently that segment went a little long.
It was I think it was a 30, 45 minute long thing. But he sent that to you? That's hilarious.
That's what happens.
That's got to be him, Danny Dimes. Right?
That's him. Yeah. That's what happens when we have 6 people on.
That is true. Frank is now here.
I meant to record with my cousin Gideon in town, but it just didn't work out. We were so busy.
It did not work out. We'll figure that out next time. We'll actually plan it. Can you give me that pop? I'm gonna drink that. So, but do you want me to read his email? What he said?
Yeah. What did Dan say? Dan
said you should dive into the conspiracy of the Illuminati.
Oh my word!
Thanks for the shout out, Dan. I will do that, but I got to research before I dive into that. Because I don't want to just. I don't really know. Plus, I don't know exactly what you mean. Are you meaning the conspiracy of the Illuminati as in what it's doing now? Are you talking about how it's involved in Hollywood?
Mm-hmm.
Give us a little more feedback on what exactly you're looking for, or if you're looking for all of that.
I listen to some conspiracy podcasts. There's this one called I can shout it out because they're Christian guys and they're clean. It's called Blurry Creatures, and it's like that's like what people call like mythical creatures.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because like when people take pictures of them, they're always blurry. So it's called Blurry Creatures, but they basically interview people. They interview people who have like had experiences or seen like Bigfoot or whatever.
Oh, and that would be so interesting.
It is so interesting.
What's it called again?
Blurry Creatures.
I'm gonna listen to that.
Give it a listen.
That would be interesting. I'm gonna look it up.
She's like sitting on the soundboard.
Frank, it's a boy.
That
one's the girl.
I always assume all cats are girls. I don't know why.
I could see that. Well, you can't tell with him anymore because he got the.
Oh yeah, he's done for.
No more reproduction. That sounds interesting though. That podcast.
Yeah, and
I'm gonna look that up right now because that's something I would listen to.
So they were saying like when they started their podcast, they were like lot of Christians.
What's it called again?
Blurry Creatures.
Okay.
So a lot of Christians just like assume like all that like stuff. Like the Bigfoot and,
it's all just
skinwalkers and all that kind of stuff. It's like, oh, it's angels or demons. Like that's what just Christians assume.
Yeah.
Which is true. But they kind of look at it like there is potential that there is like other creatures that we don't know about on Earth. And they very well could exist.
The Bones of Moses. Huh.
I know I haven't listened to that one yet.
Sasquatch is human. Is it a joking one at all?
No, they're dead serious.
I just wondered. Okay,
dead serious. I listened to this one about the face peelers in like Puerto Rico. Dude, that one was whack.
I'm gonna listen to this. Looks real. This is something I would listen to.
Super interesting.
My fiance is possessed. I don't know if I want to listen to that one.
What? Which one was that one?
I know.
Beyonce is possessed.
You know what? Me and you need to listen to like one. Pick out a few to listen to. Yeah. Over the next quarter, then we'll talk about them.
That's just great. We just like steal other people's.
Oh, that's an 8-minute segment.
Okay, so they have like a what's it called? They have like trailers, and they have you have to pay for some of their stuff.
Oh, okay.
So some of their stuff is legit.
Interesting.
I'll tell you about this one guy. So they interviewed this. I'm gonna take this hoodie off 1 second.
It's warm in here right now. Oh yeah. All right, you got her attention. Oh, you got a long sleeve on underneath the hoodie.
That's my issue. I had a long sleeve on. Okay, I'll tell you about this one guy. They interviewed this guy who is a sailor off the East Coast, a fisherman. And he was out fishing one time, like off the coast of Nova Scotia, and he starts hearing like these
siren thing,
siren sounds. Okay. Yeah, have you ever seen that video?
No. I was I'm aware of like sirens. I just wonder if that's what he was.
It was floating around. There's a video of it floating around somewhere. But so basically, he starts hearing these noises, and they're like calling to him and stuff, and it doesn't sound like a. Wow. And he's been a fisherman for like forever, and so like he's heard whales, he's heard dolphins.
Yeah.
And like, so he's hearing all this stuff, and then he like
members only. Sorry.
He gets them like on video, and they're like going like with the speed of the boat next to it, which they're going like pretty fast, and that was pretty insane to see. But what's crazy is the stuff that happened to him afterwards. Oh, so after they got done on their fishing trip, they go back to the mainland to whatever, fuel up or whatever. They only go out for like 3 months at a time, and then they come back for like 3 days or something like that. So he goes back, and he's driving. He posted all these videos while he was out on the boat.
Okay.
On his TikTok or whatever.
Yeah.
So he comes back, and he goes to his captain's house to get his check. And so he's driving to his captain's house, and then on the way there, somebody like ran him off the road. And somebody was following him there, and when he left the captain's house, somebody ran him off the road, and he hit a tree and broke his leg.
Did he tell the captain his story?
I'm not sure exactly.
Oh, okay. I didn't know this was like he was telling people the stories. Go ahead. I'm jumping ahead.
Yeah, so he broke his leg, and he couldn't go on the next fishing trip. But so the government has this thing called NOAA. It's some type of organization where they will randomly pick fishermen to charter and go out and like do research on the bottom of do research in the ocean.
Okay.
Well, their fishing boat, after he broke his leg, got randomly selected to go like research.
After he couldn't go on?
Yeah. To go research the ocean.
Interesting.
That area, same area where he posted those videos from. And they researched out there for like 3 months, and then after they got done, they shut down that part of the ocean, and no one was allowed to fish in that area for over 2 years.
Really? That's so interesting.
It was like $100,000 fine or like 10 years in prison if you got caught fishing there.
Are you like I believe there's something else,
especially in the ocean, dude. Don't get me started.
Your dad just talked about that Sunday. Remember he was saying, actually, were you there Sunday night?
I was there Sunday night. Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if you remember when he was talking about how people are done with this world, and then he said we haven't even explored the depths of the ocean yet.
Yeah.
So like we don't even really know he was just saying we don't even know the full world here, because like there are some like deep sea creatures that you look at and you're like, that doesn't look like Earth, like something that'd be on Earth.
Yeah. Personally, I think that the ocean is scarier than space.
Oh yeah,
100%.
I think it's because in space
there's no animals. There's no
that we know
of. Yeah, sure.
No, I know what you mean.
Dude, this podcast is gonna blow your mind.
That one, well, here's the thing: we're about to go on a flight, so I'm probably if she falls asleep, I'm either gonna read this book I'm reading, which is a Stephen King book, so it's already pretty insane.
Yeah,
I don't read Stephen King books though because he's not a Christian.
Yeah,
I only read the Bible.
Nice,
nothing else.
Nice,
but that is I'm really excited for that podcast because I am weirdly into that stuff. So.
Oh yeah, you can't help but be into it because it's like I really truly believe that this stuff that people like run into is legit. Is legit, and you can't just assume that everybody is like out of their mind because like you gotta look at the type of person they are. Like if it's like somebody that abuses substance and stuff, yeah, I'm not gonna believe anything they say. But we're talking about somebody who's been like, this guy's been like a ranger in Arizona for like 25 years. Like a desert ranger or something like that.
Arizona, it's hot and they make wallets.
Yes, that's exactly what goes on there. And there's also skinwalkers. So those three things.
Oh, that was the skinwalker thing. Well, I don't know I've heard skinwalker.
Basically, it's just somebody that can transform into other creatures, like with their DNA. Yeah.
So that's what it's like a
almost like a.
What is that called? What's the word for that?
I know what you're trying to say. Yeah. Shapeshifter.
Okay.
Something like that. Yeah.
I thought a skinwalker was something else. I thought it was more of like a. Now I think more like alien type thing, but I don't know. Not an alien, but that type of bot. Either way.
Yeah. Even now, though, dude, with the government coming out with, we have, we are reverse engineering UFOs, and it's just like, dude, what?
Yeah.
That's crazy to me. That our government is finally admitting it. And now we are officially a conspiracy podcast. So,
well, do me a favor. We put our email out there, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's been out there. If you have,
what is it?
Dan? Let's give my personal email. give me 1 second.
Oh no, Dan gets blown up. No one
emails anyway. We have another email I need to read off.
Could you imagine we're just like pretending to accidentally leak stuff so people will do message us and no one does. That's so sad.
Okay, so the email I can't change the name, but it's DJ Life Lessons. So that's DJ and then LIFELESSONS.
So if you can spell it, you should be able to get it.
Yeah. I'm just saying it's DJ Life Lessons, plural lessons with an S in the end, at gmail.com. If you get this. If you're listening, send us your favorite conspiracy.
Yeah.
You don't send me like a giant article because I'm not going to read off the entire thing, but send it to me. I will read into it and then we'll mention it on here. I guess Dan already did that with.
Yeah, Dan did. We got our first homework of the podcast.
I know. I'm excited though.
I know.
We're getting Dan, you need to send us some money. Come on. Go to Mrs. Deering and be like, listen, this podcast is amazing.
Go to Mrs. Mom and ask her for some money.
Mrs. Mom. Shout out to Mrs. Mom.
But yeah, conspiracies. They're
so much fun.
They're so much fun, and so many people are talking about them, and I love it.
All right, here we go.
What's the other email?
From Dustin.
Dustin
said, "I think the most disturbing thing I've heard so far is that Evan Stevens did not win the best show bracket. What is that about?" I don't know what he's referring to. Do you?
Evan Stevens?
Do you know what he's talking about?
I don't know what is he talking about.
I don't either. Should I call him?
Sure. Yeah, call him.
Call him. Hey, you're on the podcast. What did you mean? I'm gonna read the rest of it.
Is this a bit? Oh, there's more.
Yeah, there's more. That was just one part. Like he's got a little paragraph here. Oh. So he said. So this is him saying my worst spanking.
Oh,
I think we talked about that. His worst spanking was not done in one day.
Oh,
it was supposed to equal the amount of demerits I got in middle school.
Oh.
And then my last spanking is 11 or 12. He said I got 6. Oh yeah, I think we said to tell people when the last time you got your spanking was.
Yep.
I got 16 demerits, and my dad asked if I wanted them in one day or broken up. I could not fathom 16 in a row, so I got them broken up. I got 3 to 4 per day for about 3 to 4 days. all I remember was dreading every single day because I knew that was coming. It was the longest 3 to 4 days of my life. And
it worked. You never got one more demerit.
Yeah. No, and then he actually sent us some interesting top 10 list.
Oh,
that I say we use later.
Let's use them.
I won't read them.
That's a great email. What?
I thought. Oh yeah, I was saying we'll use them later.
I'm still stuck on what Evan Stevens.
I know.
Is.
I'm really confused on what that is. Like I don't know what that is.
Was it a reference?
I should have just asked him to be on the podcast again. He probably would have.
He would have. He's looking for opportunity to get out. No, was it a reference to the last time he was on? Evan Stevens, Best in Show.
Even Stevens.
Oh,
Even Stevens did not win Best.
Oh, he's talking about he's talking about the
bracket,
cartoon
the cartoon. Bracket. Yes, the Nickelodeon / that one.
Did he spell it wrong? Or
Best
you just
show.
You just can't read.
I can't read. Well, even in what did I say?
You said Evan Stevens.
I did say Evan. I read it wrong. He put it right. That's my fault.
Okay,
Even Stevens.
Even Steven should have won that.
That's what that is.
I don't know. I haven't seen Even Steven. Is it good?
It's honestly, you can watch it now and it's still funny.
I'll have to look into it.
I got a question for you, and it's from the Breadbasket one.
Yes.
Since they asked a question, I thought it'd be interesting for us to talk about. So, Would you rather be given $1 million right now?
Okay.
Or $10,000 for every lap you complete around a track for 24 hours?
Holy cow. Okay.
So here, I'll break down the numbers. So, like, you get $1 million just off the bat if you choose that, right? I'm pretty sure a lap, you'd have to hit 105 laps to get $1 million, to get like 1,500,000.
How many feet is a lap? 105 laps is no joke.
No. 4 laps around the track is 1 mile. That does not answer this for me.
Well, yeah, that kind of does.
But that's a quarter of a mile.
A mile.
So every quarter of a mile, you get $10,000. I already have my answer. I was on the toilet at work watching it, and I didn't get to listen to what they said. So I don't know what all they said, but I already had my answer without listening to them.
Yeah,
because I broke the question down.
Okay.
Because here's the thing. That was the question, right? And I wish I could have listened to them because I wonder if they did what I did. But I was like, one, it was never specified that you had to walk.
It
wasn't specified.
Oh,
so if you could drive.
Oh, really?
I just...
Dude, he'd be going.
You know what I'd do? I would get 2 cars. I already thought this all through. I'd get 2 cars, and I would have an extra person.
Yeah.
And I would just drive. And when I get to like a quarter of a tank, I'd be like, all right, get out, next car, go fill it up, and just keep going.
Dude.
Because the thing is, your 4 laps is...
He didn't say it had to be running?
I couldn't listen to him. So they might have specified this, but I don't know. But if not, if you go 60 miles an hour, which you're probably not going to do that on a track with all the turns.
Right.
But you do you can do a mile like a minute.
Yep.
So, which is 4 laps, which is $40,000.
Yep.
So you could do $40,000 if you went at a decent speed. You could probably get $40,000 every like 3-ish minutes.
Dude.
So that would be way worth it.
That's the play.
Yeah, that would
if you could do it. But something tells me that's not allowed.
But like, yeah. Well, here's the thing.
Running,
I don't know. That's a lot to run.
I assume it would have to be like a jog. And I think, honestly...
I'd take the mill right now.
Yeah.
Can you train?
Yeah, you get like 2 weeks or 3 months. Or like
I would need like 4 years. I couldn't do it.
People run marathons. How long is a marathon?
25
miles?
Yeah, 24 miles.
So that's only...
am I wrong? I don't know.
That's only like 240.
How long is a marathon? Okay, 26.2.
Okay, so 26 times 10 is only 260. Well, that's just 60.
Where's the thing? You got to do 20. It's 4 laps to a mile, so technically it's 26 point. What did I say? 0.2, something like that, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe that times. You would do that times. That'd be the miles, right?
Okay.
So you would do that times 4, then times 10,000. Because you'd be 4 laps. Because it's every lap you complete.
Yeah, yeah.
So it'd be 4 laps to that mile. So you get $40,000, or you could do that times $40,000.
Yeah, that's right. We're wading into some dangerous territory trying to figure out math here.
That's $1,048,000. So I'd just take the
100%, dude. No way. I try to think of like my best condition was probably when I was playing soccer, like my senior year. We would we would do Russian miles. You ever heard that? Mm-mm. You just run around the. You keep pace with a jog around the soccer field, and the last person has to sprint to the front.
And then, I have heard of that. I don't know if I've heard of it called that.
So we would do those every practice.
That would be horrible.
Yeah, it was a lot of running.
So how many do you do?
And I was the goalie, dude. Like, why am I have to run? Anyway, we would do like
you're just sitting in the middle of the field. Let's go, everybody.
Yeah, especially like conditioning at the beginning of the season, we would do like
that's all you do. Wasn't
10 laps.
That's what Dustin. They would have practice at 7 a.m. and just for conditioning, and then go back.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I'm like, man,
crazy. But
none of those guys.
I could do it. Like I stayed like towards the end of the year. I was like, man, I am like pretty in good shape with jogging. But even then, I don't want to jog, so I'm taking the million.
Yeah, I remember when in basketball we did 16s. And what it was you would go down and back, and that was 1, and you had to do it 16 times. Down and back 1, and then when you got... Here's the thing, though. You would do 16s, and then when you were done, the next group would go, and then you do 15, 14, all the way down. It took like an hour. Yeah, it was horrible.
What was the worst drill you ever had to do? Was that the one?
Yeah.
Yeah. One year we did this thing called towel drills. Dude, just
you wind one.
No, it was so bad. It's worse than you could possibly imagine.
What is that?
What you do is you take it, you run Red Devils, which is your, free throw back, half court back, free throw back, full court back.
Okay.
Yeah. What do you like? Suicides. Yeah. So you do that. Instead, you put a towel on the ground, and you put your hands on the towel, and you run with your hands sliding.
Why?
Just for like,
what does that do
to make it harder?
Okay,
so you're literally like sliding the towel with your hands while you're
running with your hands on the ground.
With your hands on the ground.
That doesn't make sense though. Like what?
It was so hard, and you had to do suicides like that, and you're just like dripping.
So you're all running like that.
Yeah,
it'd be really funny to see,
dude. You're dripping sweat, and the towel is getting soaked with sweat, and so the towel starts just sticking to the ground, and you're just like,
anybody faceplant?
Yeah, people did all the time.
That's hilarious.
It was near impossible by the end of it.
Yeah.
But dude,
that's horrible.
We wouldn't do them like crazy, but like we would do them like every other practice, or like if somebody got in trouble or something.
You know what I heard? What the worst conditioning was though?
What's
boxing?
Boxing?
That's what I've heard. Like the conditioning for boxing is absolutely insane.
It sounds like it. And then on top of that, you have to like get punched in the face.
Yeah.
Could you imagine?
Yeah. Well, I remember so there was a boxing gym close to where my aunt used to live. I don't know if you've ever been to her house. My aunt, the Nevers used to live in Point Place.
Yeah, I know.
There was a gym over there who trained like professionals. Like they've had really? If I'm not mistaken, then Dustin, you can correct me on this if you listen to this. I'm pretty sure they even had an Olympian come out of there. I think. I just know they were really good boxers. And I remember hearing that somebody went there once and he was like, hey, I want to train. And the first thing the guy said was, all right, go run a few miles. Like he doesn't even start letting you like go. You have to get in shape. And I'm like, that's what made me go, I want to box. I don't want to box that much.
I'd just rather watch like Rocky on TV.
Yeah, just get that motivation. You know,
no, right?
Yeah, I don't know. When I was a kid, I don't know if you ever did this, but anytime I'd watch a sports movie, I would be so into that sport for that night.
Yeah, for that night.
Yeah,
and then you wake
that
up.
night, maybe the next day. I don't know.
It's like, I want to play tennis.
Yeah,
I know exactly what you're
I was like if we watched Rocky or like Mike, such a good movie.
Yep,
stuff like that. Like Mike though was literally the dream of any high school kid, any little kid.
Yep.
You literally find a pair of shoes and you become Michael Jordan on the court, and you're dunking and you're 5'2". That's every sport person's dream.
I don't know that I've ever seen that movie.
It's amazing.
I've seen like parts of it.
I mean, I'm not going to say it's amazing. If you watched it now, you probably wouldn't really care because it's probably pretty corny.
Yeah.
But like, it was amazing then.
Yeah, dude.
Because it was. I mean,
I used to think Air Bud was amazing. So
yes,
I definitely know what you're talking about.
I watched the baseball Air Bud so many times. It was so stupid. The funny thing about it,
the whole plot is the dog can do the sport, and that's it.
Yeah. The funny thing about the baseball one. So here's the thing: the volleyball one. I think it was every sport. The basketball and football. The volleyball and the football only made sense because if you could throw the ball and he catches it in his mouth and he can run, that does make sense for a dog if you trained him that way.
Yeah.
The volleyball one, I've actually seen a video of guys doing that.
Playing with
hit it in the air. Basketball, I don't know because they have to hit it and shoot it.
Yeah, okay.
So that I don't know about. But the baseball one, he's like I remember watching it and he's got the bat in his mouth.
Yeah,
and he's facing the ump. And then when the pitch comes, he just swings and hits it. I'm like, he's not even looking at the ball. He just swings when he just swings and hits it. And I'm like, the thing is, you have to break your neck swinging that hard to hit the ball to the outfield.
Oh, dude.
I remember watching it, and all you see is his head this way against the ump, and then just ding. And I'm like, I don't know
it cuts and it's going over the fence.
Yeah, and you're like, I don't know about that.
Speaking of Olympians, at church, we ended our Bible Olympics last night. And so that was basically for the last 6 months, which is crazy to think about. It's been 6 months.
You've been doing that for 6 months?
Yeah, that we've been back there, yeah.
I didn't know that.
That's
crazy.
We had a red team and a blue team, and Nate and I dressed up as these characters. I was
not your brother.
No, Nate Roque. I was Uncle Buzz, and he was Chad. And
Uncle Buzz and Chad? Why were you Uncle Buzz?
Just because I think it's so funny that that's my name on Be Real is Uncle Jay. I don't know why. I just think it's
okay.
funny.
I don't know.
I'm not even an uncle yet, but I think it'd be hilarious when I am.
That's hilarious.
But we dress up as like these like weightlifting Olympian type guys, and we wear like muscle suits.
Yes, so I saw the muscle suits.
They're absolutely huge on us. And basically the whole thing was the kids, competing like games and like different competitions, like passing out tracts and like Bible memorization and taking notes and stuff, and they earn points for that team. So it was pretty good competition, like the whole summer. And the red team started off really strong and was like winning and stuff.
Yeah.
And then the blue team came back, and Kate and Brody Roque like single-handedly brought the blue team back from like a huge loss.
That's hilarious.
'Cause they're just passing out tons of tracks and like doing everything.
That's cool.
Yeah, dude. So it's awesome. They were doing so much stuff, and so they came back and they were in the lead before the last night. Well, last night we had the Holy Spirit Award, which is basically the team that had the most spirit, like who dressed up the most and like had chance or whatever.
Okay.
And the red team ended up winning the 500-point Holy Spirit Award and put them ahead. And the red team won, and the blue team lost by less than 100 points.
Oh man, that's cool though.
It was such a good ending, dude. And we had like cotton candy and popcorn and stuff.
Yeah.
And Kate, I heard later that Kate was just like weeping and crying, and I was like, oh man,
I'm actually tried so hard.
She did, and I'm actually so glad I didn't see her crying because I would have felt so bad.
Were you captain of one of them?
Like, yeah. Uncle Buzz was captain of the red team. Nate was captain of the blue team.
Okay.
So that was super fun.
That's awesome. That's a cool plot.
It was so much fun, dude. And it was such a blast. So we ended it last night.
How was it with Nate? Like, how was it with him back there?
Dude, working with Nate and Jess is such a blast.
That's cool. I wondered. I don't know. I'd say it was. I just didn't know that. That's so cool, though.
Our puppet shows were so much fun. I want to play a segment of one, which I should just show you afterwards because it's like it's not going to be
to the video.
Yeah, it's not going to be interesting on.
Just show me after then.
Yeah, I'll show you afterwards, and I got to show you another video too afterwards. But it was just such a blast. I love doing puppets. Working with them is so much fun.
Yeah, So here's the funny thing is, I want to do. What is it called? Spirit Time? No, Rally Crew. I want to do it now now that it's like organized because I jumped in
when
like a month before Dan left.
Yeah.
And then it was like we wrote all the skits in the skit. I think I told you this, right? The skit plot was the exact same. It was because I didn't have it was the same as far as whatever the lesson was. It turned into what was my name? I can't remember. Me and Kate, and my name was something. That just bothered me. I had a name, and it was literally me going, oh, man, here's my problem, and then being an idiot, making the kids laugh, and then Kate going, here's how you fix it. And then, oh, yeah, the Lord is the way, the truth, and the life. And then that was the end of the skit.
See you next week, kids.
That was it. I mean, but here's the thing. They laughed every week, and we got our point across.
Yeah.
So it worked. It worked, but it was fun, but like, it was kind of a bummer because there wasn't like a plot really to it.
Yeah.
The funniest thing I did, I got two stories. One was the funniest thing I did, and one was the most embarrassing thing we did. I'll start with the embarrassing one. So we did this thing where we had to like do a memory verse type thing. I can't remember what it was, and we had to put them in order.
Oh yeah.
And for class. So we had the kids help us, and then so long story short, they got them out of order. We couldn't figure out what the order was. So we ended up literally being like, okay, we better get this fixed, and just ran out.
Oh my.
We didn't know what to do. We were so confused, and we were so embarrassed. And we left, and we were sitting back there like, that was the worst thing that's ever happened. Like, it was so bad.
Oh, it's tough. And those kids are so smart too.
Oh, they are. And like, I don't think they really cared.
No,
but like it was like you could tell looking out at the adults and they're like with their heads tilted a little bit.
Yeah.
And me and Kate knew because like it went on for like 10 minutes, 15, 20, and we had to stop. We're like, we have to stop. We can't figure this out.
Oh my
and we
word.
had to just stop.
I've been there before where
it was so bad.
Where you like, all right, new rule, nobody can do this, and then one like smart allocator would be like, but you said that we could. And it always happens. It always happens.
Well, we had that happen, and then one of the funniest things I had a few, but one of them was, I was Obadiah. That was my name,
Obadiah.
And brother Jeff ended up getting involved in one of the skits, and he came in once with this giant robe on with these really long sleeves.
Yeah.
So he just comes in and he's like, "Hello, I am Professor Longsleeves." And that's who he was. The rest of the time, Professor Longsleeves. So one of the times for the same plot, something happened with me. I couldn't figure it out, and he fixed it instead of Kate this time. So at the end, I was like, okay, and then whenever you fix it, I'll thank you. And you know Jeff Rains, man.
Yeah.
He goes, "What if you picked me up and like spun me around because you were so excited?" And I'm like, "I can. Are you fine with that?" Yeah. So then we're doing the skit. And I'm on my knees. I'm like, "Thank you, Professor." He's like, "Yeah." And then I get off my knees and I just grab him and I just lift him up and I just start spinning him. Well, Jeff starts flailing his arms and legs. He's going, "Ah!" Yeah, and I'm spinning him around.
Oh my word, dude!
I remember, and the kids lost it. Right?
I can picture it. Dude.
And then even the teacher started laughing, and I almost started laughing because he was flailing his arms. It was so funny.
Oh my word!
That was one of my favorite moments, though. It's that, and if I make the other actors laugh, I don't do it to my wife.
Yeah, because
I'm not gonna do that to her.
It's too easy.
No, and so, but I would do it for the small time. I did it with Dan Hill and Zach, which was really fun.
Yeah,
with them, I would just try to make them laugh. Yeah. That's what I would do because it just made it fun.
Oh yeah, it's so funny.
But we did one where, and I'll end it with this one as far as this story. But we did one where we got. Good one.
Oh, dude.
We did one skit where we were it was when they had in between Old and New Testament they had to wait 400 years. My goodness, I'm losing my mind.
What are you talking about?
Well, the Israelites had 400 years.
They had to wait 40 years. They had to wander 40 more years in the desert.
Then the desert, but it was the. No, I thought it was something else because it wasn't the wandering, and maybe it was. Now I'm getting confused. I thought it was 400 years or something else though, but I might be mixing it up. It was one of those waiting. It was a waiting period though, and it might have been the 40 years. So we didn't have a skit ready, and Zach and Mariah couldn't make it.
Oh,
so we were like, "What are we gonna do?" And he's like, "Well, let's just pretend we're in a doctor's office,
okay,
and we're waiting." And then at the end, he's just gonna say, "This reminds me of our story," which is this. So the doctor's office, the whole skit, we didn't have much to say. Yeah. We just got to the office and we're like, all right, let's wait. And I hurt myself. I don't remember what I did. So we're sitting across from each other and we're dead quiet. And the whole point was the nurse comes out. She's like, "No talking. You can't be quiet." And hands us paperwork.
Yeah.
And then I would put my paperwork out. And when I'm filling it out, I'm like, "What's my birthday?" And he's like, "How am I supposed to know?" And then I would get done and then we would sit there. We just kind of start hitting stuff, and the nurse would run out when we would get too loud, and we would just pretend like we weren't doing anything. Dude, that hit the hearts. The kids lost it because we got so into it.
Oh man,
me and him, we had an apple,
and
we were ended up tossing it back and forth, and then he just whipped it right next to my head, on purpose. But we planned it, but hit the wall, and then she came running out. Well, one time she came running out, and she got into his face, and I just stood up behind her, and I was just like.
Oh, just laughing
and then
at
I just sat down, and then she turned around, and I'm just put my hand on my knee. But the kids, and then even after the adults were like, "That was really funny." And
I love it. I love that.
We're doing dumb stuff because you know how that wall is that fake brick, not brick, or what's that called? I took my finger, ran it through it, and I was like, I ran it again. And then one time I did it really loud, and I just did the whole rip. And I was like, Dan just started, and then the kids lost it. And then she came out again. It was so funny. It was so fun.
I love skits, dude. Yeah. They're so much fun.
I have too much fun with them,
especially when you have no script. Because if we have a script, I get super focused on the script, and I don't even like have any creativity.
I get like I have to get the lines down.
Yeah.
If I don't know the lines word for word, I'm like useless.
That was my biggest struggle in high school.
That was hard.
We did a bunch of like school plays, and I loved acting in school plays, but I was so bad at memorization, and everybody knew it. And so like even up until the night of, I would be like making stuff up or like asking for lines or something.
Yeah.
I had to do that one time, and that was so embarrassing. I had to ask for a line, like the entire auditorium's completely full, and like I had to ask the person on the front row for my line.
Oh.
And I never did it again after that.
Yeah.
But I would just make stuff up at the end.
Yeah.
I got really good at like
ad-libbing.
Improvising, ad-libbing. My dad, I get it from my dad because
your dad's
I have a story about my dad.
Yeah.
One time he was singing a solo, and I think it was for a funeral.
Whoa, wow.
Or something. Wow. Yeah. And it was a solo, and he was playing his guitar. And he comes up on the second verse, and he goes blank on the second verse, and so he literally made up a second verse on the spot. And like if you were to like, it's like one of those ones where it's like, oh yeah, that sounds nice. Like yeah, it's it's a good verse, but like if you actually think about it, it doesn't make any sense. I think he has it on recording somewhere, but he just like made up.
That's amazing.
Made up an entire second verse. And just got away with it. I'm like, that's
hilarious.
That's so hard to do. It's especially in a song form, dude.
Yeah. Oh man, I couldn't do that. I remember one time I was doing VBS.
Yeah.
Back when we had it Bible conference, we would help during it.
Yeah.
I don't remember if you helped. Do you remember it was all of us? Brody and Caleb were still there.
What was the theme?
Was it
Legos?
No, it was. Was it Call of Duty?
Oh wow, that's a throwback.
It might have been longer. But do you remember you did one where you were pretended like you were fighting and you punched one guy in the face in an accident? You were thinking you were fighting, was it Paul or something? You were going to go fight or something like that.
I'm trying to remember.
I am too. We were all in it. Well, I had a part. I was who was I? No, I was Paul.
Okay.
I was Paul, and the hard thing was they told me to do this part and then just ad lib about how excited you are because it was right after I got saved.
Okay.
And I had to just ad lib how excited I was, but I couldn't progress the story any longer. All they know is that I got saved.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I just kept over and over again. I'm going, yeah, I'm just so happy I'm saved, and I gotta go to Damascus. And I didn't know what else to say. So I said that like 10 times. And like because the thing there's nothing else I could say. So now thinking about it now, I probably would have thought of more things now. But then I was in high school. But I remember Sarah King was over that portion of it, just the acting part, and she she ended up I think she cut me. I was like, okay, let's get. And I went to the back with everybody else, and everyone back there is on the floor laughing at me. They were laughing so hard.
That's so mean.
I didn't know. I was so embarrassed.
They weren't bailing you out. He's like,
no,
I'm so excited. I just got saved. Man, I got to get to Damascus.
Yeah, and then I'd be like, yeah, I need to get to Damascus. I just kept saying it because I didn't know what to say. It was
my
horrible,
goodness. Dude. I got so many stories of skits. One time, me and Mateo were this is when we did a Lego theme VBS.
Okay,
and we were two kids, so they had different rooms or different things. So you go to one room, that's your skit time. You go to one room, that's your game time. One room, that's your snack time.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Ours was the skit one. Yeah, I remember that. That's what happened when I was in there.
So we were in the skit room, and me and Mateo were just these two little kids that were in their room playing with Legos, and we had to act out Bible stories with Legos. And so basically it was kind of fun. Basically every day we would talk about the lesson and build a Lego set or something to
cool.
depict the lesson.
Yeah.
The last one we did was how to get saved or whatever, and we built a cross.
Yeah,
we built a cross bridge thing, and the Lego guys had to cross, and there was fire to get to heaven. So that was fun.
That's cool.
But one of these skits, I don't remember why we were doing it, but Mateo, the bit was Mateo kept feeding me these cookies. It was those fudge rounds. It has the circle out in the middle.
Okay.
And
yes, yeah.
With the chocolate fudge on it.
Yeah.
And so the bit was he kept feeding me these fudge rounds, dude. Mm-hmm. And I kid you not, he would not stop putting them in my mouth. And we were like in character, so I couldn't be like, dude, stop feeding me these. And he would just be like, here's a cookie. And he'd like put it in my mouth and I'd like chew it and like try to go on with the bit. And he'd just be like, here's another cookie. I probably had like 2 sleeves of those in my mouth, like complete mush.
Did you even talk?
And I was trying to like talk and to continue on, but he kept giving me cookies. And so like I wasn't swallowing any of it. And so I'm literally just like, my entire mouth is complete mush and like lukewarm, like disgusting. Yeah. And I literally start dry heaving. Like I'm like in front of the kids, and he's just laughing, and all the kids are laughing, and I'm like literally struggling, and I'm like dry heaving, and I finally get it under control, and he just pushes another fudge round into my mouth, dude.
Did he really?
Yes, that's amazing. He just pushes another one in, and then I'm like. And then at that point, I had to get up and like I literally got up and went back and like just spit everything out into the trash can, dude. It was so bad. I was literally like,
"That's hilarious."
Oh my goodness, such good times with skits, dude. Yeah, I love skits.
I was in a few plays, but I was in one, at Northside at Shawnee.
Yeah.
And I was the only reason the high school did it. So Dustin, actually no, did Dustin graduate? Becca was in it. I think Amanda was in it. They can correct me. I think Amanda was. I know Becca was. Becca was my sister in the play, and they needed a younger kid. So they just asked me to do it because Becca was the sister.
You know who that was? You know who that was for us? That was Shane, because Mariah and Julia were. They were always acting and like way higher classmen, and so they would always need like a little brother. Shane was always that kid.
The one. So I was the little brother. So the thing is this one guy. I don't remember actually what the play was actually about. Because I only had like 2 scenes in the entire thing. All I knew was I got to skip part of class to do the play.
That's amazing.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I know so exactly like what you're talking about.
The thing was this guy though is like, I'm going to teach the kids this song, and he sings a song and he does the Brady Bunch song.
Yeah.
But he says there's a story, and he says of a missionary.
Yeah.
It's like who was going down to East Bulgaria, and that was his song, right? And everybody's like, I think they were like, you're just stealing the song from the movie. And either way. So I'm the little kid. So I come in and I sing, there's a story of a missionary who was going down, just because I'm learning from the class.
Yeah.
Well, I sang the regular Brady Bunch one. So I come in and I'm like, there's a story of a lovely lady. And the thing is no one in the crowd knew that I messed up. Because they didn't know the line.
Yeah.
So they all start laughing. People on stage and in the back all know that I messed up. Yeah. They start laughing. So, and then once I said lovely lady, I stopped first because I was skipping in with the thing. And then I stopped for a second, realized what I said, and then I went, who was going down to East Bulgaria? Because it still kind of went.
Yeah.
It just didn't say missionary. And the thing is then the mom, I think it was my mom on the couch, right? The lady is laughing, like folded over laughing. And my name was Timmy. And she just goes, what are you singing, Timmy? And she was laughing so hard. And I can't remember what my line was, but I started saying something. And then I got to the back, and again, everyone is laughing almost on the floor. Even the teacher was laughing.
Oh my goodness.
But nobody knew I messed up.
Yeah.
Except for like, I think a few people that have seen it before, because we did like 2 nights. Either way. But I remember being like so embarrassed, but then realizing that nobody in the crowd actually knew.
Oh my word. It's better to have people laughing. I hate serious skits. We didn't do very many of them because we always did like Disney stuff.
Yeah.
Like we did Newsies and we did Peter Pan and we did
Peter Pan? I didn't know that.
Beauty and the Beast. See if you can guess who Peter Pan was.
I can guess?
Yeah, like in our school.
Do I know?
Yeah, you know him. I just said his name a second ago.
Oh, was it Shane?
Yeah, Shane was Peter Pan.
Shane was Peter Pan.
I was
so random.
Shane's such a good actor.
Oh, cool. I don't know. We'll have to
ask him. Such a blast. But
it's fun when you do it with friends. It's fun.
Yeah,
it's fun to do.
I had to do the serious one time for the cantata, church cantata.
Oh, okay.
And that one was tough because you had to be serious, and it was like a Civil War era. Skit.
They did that at Calvary in Maryland once.
It was a Civil War cantata, and basically I'm the drummer boy that goes into battle.
Yeah,
and I get hurt. And I go to the doctor, and the doctor is my dad, but he doesn't know that I'm his son.
Okay.
Because like the doctor left his wife to go to war, and then like
she had
years later, I go into the war, and he hasn't seen me in forever, so he doesn't know it's me, and he has to like amputate my leg and like cry over me and stuff. and I have to like cry and moan and stuff because he's amputating my leg while I'm not unconscious.
So are you screaming?
I was. Yeah, it was. It was so hard. It wasn't so hard, but it was like. It was really tough to be act out agonizing pain, and he's like sawing my leg off.
You're sitting there like, ow.
No, I had to get into it, dude.
No, I know.
I got done with it, and I was like, man, I don't ever want to do a serious cantata ever again, or like a play like that. I'd rather just sing Disney songs. I'd rather do that.
They did Tangled last year or something like that?
I remember just seeing it. Yeah, they did.
This year, maybe. I thought it was interesting.
That would have been a fun one to do.
I told Kate I want to go to one. I've never been to one of their places.
They are a blast, especially if you have like family in them.
Yeah, we don't. Well, no, we have Curtis and Bryce are there. I forgot.
There you go.
Well, there are probably other kids that we know.
They do a really good job. Good job.
I remember hearing that they did Elf, and that was supposed to be really good, like a couple years ago.
Really, I didn't
like 2 years ago. And apparently it was really good and funny. And I'm like, man, I kind of wish I would have saw that.
We got, for whatever reason, like a couple years in a row, we got on this like kick of doing Studio C sketches. You know who Studio C is?
Yeah, I can't remember that, but I do know who
they do all these different sketches. They're like these Mormon YouTubers.
I think I know who. Do they do like a lot of lesson ones? Like,
what's it called? They do Scott Sterling with the goalie.
Oh, yes,
those guys. So we got on this kick of doing. Yeah. We got on this kick of doing those sketches, and we did like one time we did a Christmas play, and it was just like a bunch of mini sketches of them, and like it was like one of them was I was the fourth wise man, the fourth wise man.
Oh, okay.
And like I forgot to bring a gift, so that's why I didn't like make the story or something like that.
Yeah, so that's actually kind of funny.
It was pretty funny. I remember doing that one.
I hope that me and you get to do Rally Crew.
At least one
at some point,
eventually,
because
it'll come back around.
He asked us if we wanted to do it, and we're doing Sunday school, so we haven't given him an answer yet because we're back and forth on if we want to do Rally Crew or if we want to do Sunday school. Because I don't really want to do both.
Yeah,
especially since we do that and sound, and then I might possibly start preaching at junior church more.
Oh yeah, he sent me that email too.
Yeah, so
it's fun. I like doing that.
I did. I did it this Sunday, and I feel like
you did this past Sunday.
Yeah. I did it this past Sunday.
Yeah.
I thought it went well. I only did 1 point. Mm-hmm. I didn't want to do more.
Yeah.
Just because it was just with the kids. And then I just told 2 stories that kind of tied into it. Yeah. But I didn't get to, at the end, I wanted to push my point more, but I ended it because I didn't know how much time I had.
Mm-hmm.
So I got to be more aware of that next time. And then I told Pastor Caleb, I was even like, "Hey, if you have any pointers, tell me. I don't care.
Yeah,
I need to get better at this." So.
And Pastor Caleb's a legend to have preaching to kids.
Yeah,
like the one he did on Wednesday night.
I wasn't
candy night.
Yeah, I wasn't in there for it. I had to go somewhere.
You were helping out, probably something.
Yeah, I was doing something and I wasn't in there.
It was really good.
So yeah. Oh no, we were judging.
That's right. Yeah.
So yeah, and that was way harder than I thought it was going to be.
Judging?
Yeah, only because there were 3 categories. And there were 3, and there was first, second, and third for each category.
Way too many.
It was too much. And then at the end, at one point, one of them was like most creative, like, what do you want to go with? And then my niece Kennedy came in with her like unicorn thing on. Yeah. Like, let's go with her.
Yep.
So Kennedy won that one.
Dude. Oh my. What's funny is I found like 3 of those gift cards just lying around the church because you give a kid a gift card, they don't really they understand what it is. They're like, especially when there's a bunch more candy there.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, I'll take the candy and just leave the card. But I'm just looking at my podcast notes because we got to move on to the next segment. We can't talk about.
I know we've been talking about plays for a while.
A minute.
Have you ever thought about? I know we just talked about it. Have you ever thought about trying to do a play, like a semi-professional one that they do? Like
I would totally do it, and I think I could totally pull it off.
I've thought about trying it, like doing it once. I feel like that's a big commitment.
It is a huge commitment.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Because if you do a legit play that people are paying to come see, you need to be good.
Yeah.
Even I don't know if you volunteer, maybe you get paid a little bit depending on your part. I don't know.
I know like the Mullers have done it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because she actually acted in Broadway. Maria Muller.
Did?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
She's really good, yeah.
Like singing? Like
singing and acting. Singing and acting.
She legit did Broadway at one point?
Mm-hmm. She acted in a Broadway show.
That's insane. I didn't know that.
But I would try to do it. I would
love to.
I would do one that I knew of. I went to my parents and me and Nate went to this one random show in Maumee, and they were doing The Music Man. I don't know. You probably have never seen it, but it's
I haven't seen it.
It's a super good movie. It's one of my dad's favorite movies. And so The Music Man, and the whole point is it's like this guy who's a salesman, and he sells he sells orchestra instruments and equipment to kids, kids. And so he comes to this random town in Iowa, and none of the kids. He basically sells it like your kids will be able to play in the band, but he doesn't know how to play instruments, so he just sells them the instruments and leaves.
Oh, okay.
So that's the whole plot of the story.
That's interesting, though.
It's such a good one. And the whole point is the Music Man guy is like supposed to know how to sing.
Yeah.
And the guy that had acting in it was terrible. He was probably the worst actor. He couldn't sing.
Really?
He was off tune. Everybody else was super good, but
Man.
it was so funny to watch, dude.
Dude, I watched. Our school took us to one. It was the Scrooge play in Kentucky.
Oh, yeah.
It was great. It was fun. I enjoy going to them.
I do like shows.
It was
I've
cool.
never been to a Broadway show, and I don't know why.
I want to go to a Broadway show.
We should try to go to one.
Did you ever hear the story of my parents taking the Singles to a show?
No.
And there was a scene.
No way.
They didn't know.
Yeah. What Broadway show was it?
I don't know. I don't know. I have to ask them. But yeah, they were like, they're sitting there watching it, and all of a sudden, something's just happening on stage.
Oh my goodness, dude! And that's not, I feel like that's even worse if it's not a movie.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, oh man. Well, back then they couldn't go to movies.
Oh yeah, true.
You know what I mean? So that oh man, but yeah.
Yikes,
dude! I do have a segment for you.
Let's do a segment
real quick if you're down. So
what are we supposed to do if I'm not down? Shut it down.
Yeah, we just end it.
Okay, I'm down.
All right. All right. So this is a ranking something blindly. So not a guessing thing. I'm going to throw this at you. You put it in the top 5.
Okay.
And of course, without knowing what comes next, right? So 1 through 5. I need you to rank these food combinations.
Food combos.
Blindly. Okay?
Okay.
You ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Peanut butter and jelly.
It's a really good. It's a solid sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there's going to be some crazy good combos, so I'm going to play it. It's not one of my favorites. I do like Uncrustables. But
underrated. They are so good.
Mowing lawns one year. I mowed lawns for an entire summer, and I ate nothing but peanut butter and jelly sandwiches for an entire summer, and it kind of ruined me. So I'm gonna put them at a 3.
3, okay.
Out of 5?
Right. Yeah, out of 5.
No, 4. Sorry.
4? Okay.
4.
Okay. No, that's good. All right. Chips and salsa.
Oh, good night, dude. I can't explain the excitement when you go into a restaurant and you find out you didn't know before, but you find out that they give you chips and salsa
free.
Yes, because what happens is you get full on the chips and salsa, and then you eat a little bit of your meal, and then you get to take a meal home.
Yes,
that is just an amazing combination.
I'm a chips and salsa / cheese fan. So
I've never had a bad chips and salsa. Never.
It's good.
It's so hard to mess up. You can't mess it up. Like it's literally just like tomatoes and vegetable stuff.
Whatever else is in it.
Yeah, all that other stuff.
I'm
putting them in the 2.
The 2?
I'm going 2 because I think there's a heavy hitter coming. Yeah. I'm not sure.
There might be. All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
Next one. Bacon and eggs.
Bacon and eggs. That's such a good combination.
Are you a big breakfast fan?
I really do like breakfast, but I don't ever eat breakfast at breakfast time.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I'll eat breakfast for dinner all the time.
Easily. Yeah. Breakfast food is not I could eat breakfast, even cereal, any time of the day. I mean, I'm fine.
I would have to put those. They're in the 3 for me.
Going for the 3?
Yeah.
So you got 2, 3, and 4 right now.
Yeah.
You go with that?
I hope I don't have to put something I love in the 5.
That's what I'm wondering. All right, here we go. Oreos and milk.
Oh my goodness. Side story. Shane.
Oh no.
almost every sleepover we would have, Shane would bring his own, like he'd bring a gallon of milk and he would bring an entire pack of Oreos.
Just
that's his snack for the sleepover.
That's hilarious.
And he would sit there and put a fork in the cream.
Oh, and then dip it?
Stick it in the thing, and Shane would eat an entire thing of Oreos.
So when we have Shane on, I'm gonna bring
Oreos.
I will. I'll bring Oreos and milk, but don't tell him
because he will devour. It's crazy.
Then I'm gonna do that next time he's on. I'm gonna put a fork on top.
Yep,
a gallon of milk right there.
He'll be like, "How did you know?" Okay, so I'm gonna put them. What do I have left?
1 and 5.
Oh, wow. Oh, why did I put myself in this situation?
I know you really stuck
because Oreos and milk is not my number 1.
Yeah, but is this next one your number 1?
Is this last one my number 1? I feel like there's a curveball coming.
You coming to me, girl?
So I'm gonna say
no.
I'm gonna say Oreos and milk number 1.
You put number 1?
Yeah, because I'm scared.
Last one is burger and fries.
Oh shoot, dude, that's terrible. I cannot believe that's my 5 because that should be my number 1.
Can you quickly give me your 1 through 5 with that? If you now that you know.
Yes, burgers and fries is number 1.
I agree.
Oreos and milk would probably be number 2, or any cookies and milk in general.
Yeah.
Number 2. Number 3 is still chips and salsa. Number 4 is, what were the other ones?
Bacon and eggs.
Bacon and eggs, and what was the last one?
Peanut butter and jelly.
Number 4 is bacon and eggs. Number 5 is peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah.
That's terrible. I can't believe. That's the way it goes with top 5s.
It is. The chips and salsa I actually had to substitute in because they had tequila and lime. And I was like,
number 1.
I was like, part of me was like, should I leave that in there?
Tequila and lime.
Just to trick you into putting it at a number like 2 or 3.
Yeah. You ever like walk by the aisle and you like see like because alcohol goes so all out with their branding and like their like presentation, and you're just like that. I know that tastes like garbage.
Yes.
Especially never drinking it, but it looks amazing.
Oh, it does. I almost bought.
Do you have water bottles?
I don't, but I have a water filter now.
You go. I almost bought a case of beer. Was that what you were gonna say?
I almost bought a Mountain Dew Hard because I didn't know it was alcohol.
How did they have that?
I thought it was an energy because Mountain Dew has an energy drink. I thought it was an energy drink.
Yeah.
I didn't end up buying it because I realized what it was. But yeah, it's called I think it's called Mountain Dew Hard. But like the casing, it looked like an energy drink type, but it was a beer. But it's Mountain Dew's beer, whatever.
I didn't know Mountain Dew had beer.
Everyone has it now. Like every brand has reached out.
Really?
Have you seen this? In the first stop.
T-Hawks.
First stop.
No way.
You want to go?
Yeah.
We should go. Dustin's going to be at drill like an idiot because he was going to go.
Oh, I'll be there.
Dude, let's go.
Tim Hawk, live in concert at Perrysburg, Ohio.
Perrysburg, Ohio. Like first drop.
That's like
February.
I'll give him a call, see if I can get some free tickets.
Dude, please do. Even if I get free tickets, like the amazing thing would be to get him on the podcast. I feel like you need to build that relationship more.
I do need to.
Because like just randomly like, hey, you're coming, but it'd be interesting because he's gonna be right there.
Yeah.
So it's like it would be fun to be like, hey, are you gonna be here a few days? Would you be on the pod?
You know
what? That's such a hard thing to ask.
That is such a hard thing to ask. But we literally have the first step.
You do, like he's already here.
Yeah, you know, and I have his phone number.
And you have his phone number. And then part of me is like, you know, we can, dude. I'll take off work that day
for those who don't know what we're talking about. Dan just showed me that Tim Hawkins will be. I think I actually said that, but Tim Hawkins will be in town, like in Perrysburg, which is like 20 minutes down the road.
Yeah, I work right next to.
Where are they showing at?
It's what was the church name? I looked at the church. Yeah, he's one of the church,
obviously.
But I looked at it. It's like 6 minutes from my work.
So I think I know what it is.
You do. I think you've heard.
Is it across from Meyer?
Hold on. I don't know because when I looked it up, I couldn't see around it. So I don't know. But
you know what? His son-in-law Luke, who is one of the hosts of their podcast that they do, he has like some people have reached out to him and asked him like, "Hey, we have a podcast. Do you want to be on it?" And he's gone on one before. So I thought about.
Does he travel with them though?
No, he doesn't travel with them. No.
Oh, okay.
But like, I think he did like a Zoom situation.
Oh, yeah.
So I was like, man, we could ask him.
That would be cool.
If we do, it has to be the most prepared podcast we've ever done.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Ever.
That's what I'm saying. If we could get him on, because he's coming to Perrysburg, like we would dude, I would be like, listen, all of our equipment is travel. We will handle everything.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, we will come to you.
It's literally all in your court, though.
We will come to you.
It's all in your court.
I could tell him this. Literally, we could totally lie and be like, "Hey, this podcast started because of you."
Then he goes back and listens to it. I know. It would be like, dude, even if
I feel like we got to upgrade everything. We got to upgrade our equipment. We got to have like the top of the line stuff.
The thing is, because like the way you would ask, I mean, of course, if you don't, I don't blame you at all. Like it's
a Hail Mary. I would totally do it.
The thing is, like, he doesn't even have to be on a full hour. If he would just be on for 10, even if he called in, that would work, right? But like when he's coming to town, it's like, dude, if he could be on just for like an hour, or if he was like, yeah, man, what do you guys do? 3-4 hours? I'm telling you, I'd take off work. Dan, I would put in a day.
Dan, we could
just do a podcast.
We could be Christian celebrities.
Kind of, yeah. Do you know amazing. That would be our most viewed one?
Oh, 100%.
And that the funny thing is that would be the one I'd be like, dude, this is the one we had to promote.
Yeah, and this is the one that we have. This is the one that we have to make some money on.
Yeah. But how fun would it be? How fun would it be to have him on?
I'm definitely gonna go to it because I've met him before. That's crazy. That he's gonna be in Perrysburg.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, this is.
I hope he doesn't do the same bit, the same sketch. I hope he has a different comedy sketch.
You should text. That's how you open it up. Text him as a joke, like, "Hey, I saw you're coming back in town. This is John. I just want to know, did you mix things up? Because I don't want to come if not.
If you're doing the same sketch, I'm not coming."
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
But how cool would that? Well, the thing is, even if you don't, I say we go. Get the VIP tickets again.
I would definitely do them again. Yeah,
I want to go. I texted Dustin because when he came last time, we were supposed to go and we didn't.
Yeah.
And I literally I told Kate, I'm like, I am going.
He's hilarious.
When he posts the ticket, he posts them tomorrow. I'm buying tickets.
Oh, is he really tomorrow?
Yeah, I think he said Friday. Is that what it said?
I'll get some too then.
And you can get 20% off. We should see how many want to go because sometimes if you buy like a pack of 10 tickets, it's like so much % off. Yeah. Because like Becca and Jacob might go. And Amanda might.
I know that Joel and
maybe Ben and Jocelyn.
Joel and Dawn and
I think
Jess
the
went last year.
Yeah, and then the Roquets went. So
there was actually there was a huge group from State Line there too.
Well, he's huge in our community.
Yeah,
but because he's actually funny.
Yeah,
have you heard a couple other Christian comedians before?
My dad isn't the biggest fan of him because he's like everything's a joke to him, and I'm like, well, he is a comedian, so
I don't know how to approach that.
So he's like everything's a joke, but that's his profession.
Yeah, I guess is he talking about like does he take things too far?
No, he's just like
joke about things he just doesn't joke about.
Well, maybe I don't know. He's just like he doesn't take anything seriously. Is the other thing that Dad says. Like he doesn't take anything seriously. Everything's a joke to him.
I understand that, but like we also don't know him.
Yeah, true.
Personally, so I don't know, but I can see that. But he's had some guys on YouTube. He has guys that'll open for him.
Yeah,
I'm not going to name names after they listen to it.
Yeah,
but there's been a few where I'm like, these guys just aren't funny for me. Some people do find them funny, which is great.
Right.
And I hope they do well because they're clean comedians and they seem like nice guys. Like even when I listened to his podcast when he was having comedians on, there was like one or two guys where when they would come on, I was like, oh no, because I just didn't like them.
Yeah,
but anyway, either way,
it's hard to top.
We should go.
It's hard to top Tim.
No, it is,
and I can call him Tim because I'm on a first name basis.
You're on a first name basis. You probably text him. He's gonna say new number. Who dis?
Yeah, he'd be like, who is this? Oh my word,
dude! If you it's like you said, the worst that happens.
When is that date?
Says no.
February?
Yeah, 29th.
Crazy.
I'm telling you, the worst that happens is he just says no.
I jokingly told them that I was going to name their kid after name my kid after his wife, like jokingly.
What was it? I don't remember his wife's name.
His wife's name's Heather. Honestly, though, they've been dropping the ball lately on the pod.
What do you mean?
They haven't uploaded in 2 weeks.
Oh,
they do this like once a month. They'll go 2 weeks.
That's what was gonna happen with us, but we
persevered.
We're
not even getting paid to do this.
This
is all free entertainment,
and we really need because your wife's popping that baby out in January, right?
Yeah,
we need to record a few extras so bad.
I know we do.
We need to get to the point where
we should just record one in the waiting room.
There you. Random people walk in. Hey, come here.
Come on, tell us your story.
Let's just do it upstairs.
What are you doing here?
Do it upstairs in the room. Say, Lucy, can you be quiet?
Yeah, relax. Come on.
You shut that baby up. She just listens to this, right?
She does. No,
she does now.
She doesn't.
No. Kate's like,
we can say whatever we want.
Yeah, you just backhand her, woman.
What was I saying though? I was saying something.
Oh, I don't know. What were you? Was it about the podcast thing again?
Like, they haven't uploaded in 2 weeks. I'm thinking about leaving a comment or messaging them and being like, all I want for Christmas is a podcast uploaded every Monday.
Yeah. Maybe he's getting ready for his tour.
Either that or his wife is going through it, which I
hope not.
Yeah, because she's been struggling with cancer. I don't know what type of cancer, but
I know it came back.
It went away, came back, and
is it breast cancer? I think it's breast cancer.
It might be. Which I made a comment about it. I made a comment about like them skipping a bunch of weeks or whatever, and then I felt terrible because I found out the reason why.
I mean,
my dude, but
he though, like I think we talked about this, like even with Dustin, like he is one of those guys we're listening to his podcast. Just him as a person is funny.
Yeah,
like not even when he's doing his bits.
I know.
Like him as a person is just hilarious. He's just a funny guy.
Well, when was that? A year ago when I went and saw them?
I want to see. Ago.
No, it wasn't a year ago.
It was this year. It was like.
It was recently.
I don't remember when. Oh, you got a picture with him.
I did. Right? Yeah.
See, I want to meet him.
That was April 13th. Yeah, he's a great guy.
Did he have much of a crew with him this time? Was it more just him?
Well, no, it was just basically him.
Does he have a bus still?
Maybe. He might travel with a bunch of people. I didn't see anybody but him. He has like this one guy that comes out and promotes something, like meals for kids or something like that.
Okay. Well, I remember I just remember when he was running the tour bus, it was like it was all his family. Remember, he had like a manager and then a person for his sound. He had a bunch of stuff. So I wondered now if he's been a little more relaxed with it.
It might be a little less, but I think he still does travel with a bunch of people.
Do you think?
I wonder what he does though, because like he talked about in his sketch, he talked about because he did it in Monroe, the show.
Yeah.
And he talked about how he just kind of wandered around Monroe for the day.
Oh yeah.
And so I'm like,
that's what I'm saying,
dude.
We can give him something to do that day.
If
that's his first date, you'd be like, "You're gonna get here early because you want to come on a pod."
As far as I know, he doesn't
smoke some meat.
As far as I know, he doesn't do anything crazy. But
the funny thing is, if you got him on,
if we got him on, that's crazy.
If we got him on, it has to be just me and you and him.
Yeah,
I think
I was so nervous to meet him. I don't know why. I don't get nervous around people.
Yeah.
Like celebrities or anything. Like, not that I've met any celebrities, but it's just like
with him though, you just were.
Dude, I was just like so nervous. I don't know why I was so nervous, but it was like
we were threatened because he's funny, but we're funnier.
That's what it is. He's gonna steal our viewers.
Here's what I'm saying. Like, I remember him telling stories about when he would travel, he'd have a day or something in between.
Mm-hmm.
So it would be so cool if he came.
Where's he
early.
Coming from? Is that his first show?
I think that's his first show. So I'm wondering would he get here? Depending on if it's at night. He might get here, So I'm assuming he probably would get here either early, right? Or I mean, maybe it's his first show. He's gonna get there right on time because it's his first show.
Yeah.
But I wondered if he'd get there the day before or that morning.
We should be like,
but if you asked him now, we could plan it out. Because, dude, I'm telling you, I'm taking off work. I'll
have a baby. I'll have a baby at that point.
Yeah, I don't care. Leave it at home. The question is, so here's the thing: if that happened. Which we don't. I mean, we could talk. We would talk about this if it actually happened.
Yeah,
because I wonder if anybody would ask to be on. If me, because I'm gonna start. If he says yes somehow, dude, I'm telling people.
Yeah,
hey, we're having Tim Hawkins on. Because then I wonder if people will be like, can I be on?
Yeah, I know, right?
Hey, listen, we only got 6 bites, and we don't need 6 people on.
Could you imagine if he became a part of the Borderline Buddy universe?
That's what I'm saying.
He could be a Borderline Buddy.
You have his number. I can call him right now.
Imagine, hey Tim, just saw your tickets for Perrysburg.
Whereas I'm saying, if you do it soon because you give them a heads up.
Yeah,
and you could even be like,
so I'll say this: I'm 100% gonna message him.
Okay,
I don't know.
It's all like, how are you wanting to say it?
How am I gonna say it? What is the timing? That's what I have to figure out because you gave me your phone number. That's on you.
Yeah.
So
and you're doing it a respectful way. So it's like,
totally.
It's not like you've been messaging him.
No,
trying to get.
I've messaged his son-in-law a couple times.
Yeah.
Just like about the podcast.
Would it be best to message his son-in-law and ask him, and be like, hey, and be like, I have his number, but maybe not. I'm just.
I could like because
you could be like, I'm not trying to bother him. Just thought about asking him if he would be on it. I don't know. I'm just asking. I don't know.
Excited. I'm getting excited thinking about this because I definitely feel like it's in reach.
I'm gonna be honest. Like, you should ask first. Like, hey, he's coming in. Hey, I will pay for dinner for him. Let's take him to dinner or something, and then do a pod after.
Could you imagine just like plugging in our equipment in like a Texas Roadhouse? Like,
getting some buttery rolls, dude. I would
tell him it's Tim's birthday. I would come by. He gets to get on the saddle.
I would call and reserve a room that day. How cool would that be if they let us do a podcast in the room?
What? Okay, so you have to babysit. Put yourself in this situation. You have to babysit Tim Hawkins for the day in Perrysburg. What are the spots? What are you gonna go take him to do?
The thing is, I was gonna say, like, maybe he wouldn't
want to go look at the Maumee River.
Go look at the river. Well, that's what I'm saying. If you said you want to be on a podcast, my thing is, I feel like he would either really want to, or that's the last thing he'd want to do.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like he'd be like, yeah. Or he'd be like, no, I don't want to be on a pod. You know, like
either that or there's going to be like some complications with his show or something.
Yeah. But
which,
like,
you know what? Now that I think about it, the church that's having him in is probably...
Oh, they're probably going to host him with stuff.
Host him with something, but maybe we could finesse a bit of that hosting ourselves.
Yeah, well, even if we can't host him, we could just be like, would you want to be on a podcast? Like, we're only going to do this long.
I'm still to this day the only caller they've ever had in.
Oh, really?
The only random caller.
Think about this. What if he
is I think that means that they had me on and they were like, we're never doing this again.
That's hilarious.
That was a train wreck.
Come on, you got to message him though.
Are you making me message him right now?
No. I was gonna say. I'm just saying I'm excited because like I hope something happens.
Hey
from
Tim,
it.
Remember me? No.
That I still don't know why. You text me and you're like, never mind.
I still don't know why he gave me his number. He was like, hey, let me give you your number. Give me my number. And I was like, oh, okay. And he's like, don't share that with anybody. And I was like, okay. Yeah. And then I sent him the picture that we got together. Hey, can you give me his
number?
Yeah, bro.
I'll text him.
Imagine it's a 419 number.
That'd be hilarious.
And then I messaged him our picture that we got together.
Yeah.
But he didn't respond because he was doing the show. So
how cool would that be though? Have him on. We would have to sit down and plan it.
Either we retire the podcast after that episode, or we just go big.
Yeah.
Or we go
huge.
Well,
that if we okay, this is a conversation for.
We're talking logistics now.
I know. Well, because that would be our most popular one.
Oh,
it would be. I
mean, how do we even make money on podcasts?
Oh, I don't know. I'll let you know when it happens.
Yeah, I know. It's just so funny because we're not that's not our intention whatsoever.
No, I told people that. I was like,
how much do you like if you were to upload a video to YouTube and it gets 500,000 views? How much money is that?
I don't know. I don't remember if it's off of views or if it's off of playtime.
Look it up.
I don't know. Okay.
I'd be interested in knowing that because
how do you get paid off YouTube? I think that'll explain it more. Okay, yeah, advertising. Oh, here we go.
YouTube. Advertising revenue is generated when people watch ads.
Okay, so advertising is the biggest way. It makes sense.
So basically, it's not views. It's ads.
Well, 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours in a year. That's what you'll start getting paid or monetized on YouTube.
What do you get paid per thing?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. So if you do, I don't know, and then you monetize your channel. I honestly don't know. Like on
you have to monetize.
Let me see. On average, a YouTube, this is average, earns around 8. Well, no, that's not 18 cents. That's 8. That's 0.018 cents for each view. But that makes sense. So that equals out to $18 1,000 views. That makes sense.
Okay.
So if you get like 1 million or 500,000, that does add up.
So what would 500,000 be at 18?
So if you did 500,000, that'd be times $18. 9 million.
Whoa!
Did I do that right? No, it's every 1,000 views, not every view.
Holy cow!
So you would so every 1,000 views. So 1,000 into 50,000 is what 5,000, right?
Oh, okay. Still, that's
it's 50.
$50
times 18, $900.
Still, I mean,
but I mean, if you're uploading every day and you get half,
yeah, that's true.
You'd be getting $500. You'd be getting that a video.
Yeah, that's a grind.
Think about that. If you uploaded like 2, because most people upload 2 videos a week, and then some of your videos you'll get those 3 million views, and you keep getting views the longer it's out there. So that does add. If you have the views, it does add up.
Yeah, that's why every YouTuber has a merch line.
No, it is,
and they sell mugs with their logo on them.
Oh man, you better use that mug.
I'm gonna use it. We should give it to Tim.
Dude, if he gets on, I'll order one for him.
He's not getting mine. No, heck no.
No, it's your. No, I need to order one for me.
Yeah,
I really do. Like I ordered it, and then I was like, man, I should have ordered 2 because I want one.
I'll get you.
So I am going to order one. You know what? No.
Was it from Amazon?
Yeah. Just looked up in mine. Like I said, I was a little bummed when it was like $25, even though that's not much. But for one mug, I was like. But then when I got it, I was fine with it because I was like, okay, actually, it looked good.
Yeah.
You're gonna like drop it on your way home.
I imagine just crack the whole handle off. What time are we at?
No, we're done. We're at an hour 20. I was actually looking at our views because we haven't done that in a while.
Yeah.
Oh, our What's Up Girl finally got some more views.
I love how that's our worst.
Do you know we have a 1-star rating?
How?
I don't know
who did it. On what? Apple?
I think it's Apple. You can look on your phone. Like go to the thing real quick because I think it's on Apple. We have a 1-star view. It's funny because when you look at our downloads, it's funny just how it just goes down.
Yeah.
Because it's like we have 92 downloads on that episode. And then the next one is actually that juice or sauce. What was our second episode? Oh, here we go. But like, it went down so far.
I know. It's just been going down since.
But that's like I said, and that just proves that we don't do this for the viewership.
Oh, we got a 4.4 out of 5 with 7 ratings.
Yeah. And we have 1 star.
I don't know who the 1-star is.
I don't either. I wish we could look, and they didn't leave like a comment or nothing.
Why won't they let you look?
We're almost to 1,000 people all the time.
It's crazy, dude. When we cross that threshold, we are gonna do
Tim is gonna make us cross that.
Yes, we're gonna do something crazy.
I feel like you're just gonna randomly text me one day and be like, "Hey, he said no." I'm just gonna be like, "Oh, okay."
He said no, and he blocked me. And he blocked me.
And by the way, neither one of us go to his shows anymore.
If we do that, dude, we gotta upgrade our equipment or something.
Oh yeah, we would make it. I don't know what we would
even if
do.
we just like literally bought stuff and then used it and then sent it back.
Thing. We would
just send it back.
I mean, that is the way to do it.
Why don't we just buy the most expensive stuff?
We would
throw
either
it on a credit card and then literally send it back to Amazon.
We could. We would either do that, or such a thing. I heard him on another comedian's podcast, and the sound quality was horrible for both of them. And I was like, so I don't. But it was a friend of his though. But like if we did it, I don't know if it's as much as it's like I wouldn't necessarily have to upgrade it. What I would do is I would just more hide it and then let the mics and I would get stands just so the mics and I'd put these back on their stands.
Yeah,
I think everything looked better because like I mean we could upgrade the equipment, but neither one of us have the money for that.
No,
we didn't have the money for this when we bought it.
My credit card has the money for it.
There we go. Put it on your credit card
because everyone knows there's free money on credit cards.
It's free money. Yeah, but this ended up going better than I thought.
Yeah, dude, I thought this was going to be the worst podcast we've ever done.
No, we did that.
That was What's Up, Girl.
Was it that bad or was it the sound quality?
I think it was just sound. Yeah. It was all that. We had no structure.
And I think that's why
we still don't have any structure.
No, we don't.
No,
I think
that wasn't the worst one.
Is that where our 1-star came from? Somebody started that podcast and then when
it's probably your wife or my wife.
It probably is. No, I remember I left a comment.
You have to record right now.
Like, they start leaving. They try to get us like kicked off.
Yeah, they just make us feel so bad because their wives just don't support us with this stuff.
No, they don't.
And
that's why we need your money.
That's why
we need your money. We need it so bad, but it's not because we need it to survive. Even though we do, we really need it just so we can keep the podcast going.
Yeah.
So just hit us up on Venmo
and also pray that Tim Hawkins is going to come on our podcast.
That would be amazing. If he does, we somehow have to promote it.
Yeah, and you know what the most sad thing is going to be? When we go back and listen to this episode.
And he's not on.
After he wasn't able to
come on. So, like,
just hear the excitement in our voices.
You guys are going to know when when he tells us no, because we're going to be on here like, yeah, so Tim Hawkins told us no.
Yeah, we're definitely going to
This is the last episode.
Ever.
It's all going to come down to John's text.
Oh man, dude, I gotta pull out all the stops.
The thing is, though, is like you have to text him because there's a possibility he does say yes. You never know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You just got to word it in a way of like, if you can't, that's fine. If you can do, because even if he ends up saying, "Hey, do you do call-ins?" We do. That's what that port's for.
Yes, we do.
So technically, we could have him call in if he doesn't want to actually come on.
That would be amazing. Oh, we still got 2 stars left, or 2.
Yeah, this thing lasts like 8 hours.
Dots left on there,
I think. I don't know if it drains more though when you have more things plugged into it.
Probably.
So
we should just go until it dies.
Yeah,
no one be here for another 2 hours.
I'm going to Florida in like 8 hours.
Oh my!
No, I'm flying at 5:45. I just got to get up.
What are you flying out of?
Detroit.
And I hate that drive. I've literally driven to Detroit probably 6 times in November.
In November?
Yeah.
Oh, you've been running them back and forth. Yeah.
That's just 6.
Oh yeah, I meant to ask you. Can you get up at 1?
Stop.
Can you drive us at 2?
Who's taking you, Amanda?
No, I paid for a valet service. Really? So we're going to drive up there. Actually, I don't know why. I didn't know about this until somebody told me. I'm leaving my car there parked. It's like $6 a day. And so it's about 5 days, right? Something like that. So I'm paying $30. and my car is going to stay there. And when we get back, they're going to take us back to our car, which is right down the road, and come back. And I'm like, by the time you have somebody take you there and come back with the gas, it's not much more than $30, and it's more convenient for you because you don't have to worry about getting somebody to take you or pick you up.
Very true.
So that's kind of the nice thing about it.
Yeah, because the people that ask me to take them to the airport, I want to kill them. So
yeah, shout out to you guys.
My parents.
What?
I always end up driving my parents to the airport.
I thought it was Nate and Ben, and then or did your parents fly out? I didn't even know.
Yeah, it just always ends up being me. But hey,
yeah, I've had to take. Well, Amanda started flying out of Toledo. This has nothing to do with the podcast, but
true.
I think the music's playing.
It's got to be. Please, someone play the music.
We need
to do an intro song.
We need an intro song. Should we write an intro song?
I could have ChatGPT do it right now.
Is that an app that makes it or something?
Yeah, it's AI. It's artificial intelligence.
Once I get my guitar restrung, I'll give it to you to play.
Dude, I can't play the guitar.
I know like 3 chords. We just got to write a 3-chord song.
We can totally do it with 3 chords.
We could.
But hey,
we need to do it.
Thanks for listening to our podcast.
Was she on the whole thing, Roxy over there?
She was. She's just laying here looking at this little mouse.
She's chilling. But this is the first time in a while it's just been me and you.
I know.
It was good.
It feels wrong, but it
does.
So right.
But I think we've I think we've come a long way though with doing this.
I think we have, dude.
Because I was a little bit like, is this gonna be rough? Like, but it didn't seem like it. Actually, I feel like it went really well.
We got some other guests we're gonna have on, so stay tuned.
I'm excited. Hopefully, Tim Hockey.
Yep. After Tim Hawkins, then it's gonna be nothing but celebrities.
No one's.
We are gonna be the new Joe Rogan podcast. So,
except without the viewership.
True.
And the fans.
We'll get there. Our
His podcast.
Our 0.8 cents per view is gonna add up.
Oh yeah. We're gonna make tens and tens of dollars, and then we're gonna split it. So we're each gonna make $5.
$5 each.
Actually, the first thing we're doing if we get money is we're gonna upgrade our equipment.
Probably, yeah. And then I'm gonna buy a car.
And then John's gonna buy. Okay, fine. If you buy a car with the podcast money, the logo's got to go inside.
Fine.
If you want to purchase a mug from our merch, you can take our logo off of it.
Yeah, we'll give you the logo, and you can go.
Logo.
You can go put it on whatever you want. We didn't talk about the Michigan-Ohio State game at all. We can't.
No, we didn't. What did you want to talk about with it?
There's nothing to say, I guess.
I was gonna say Michigan won. There's really nothing to talk about.
And on that note, we'll talk at you next time.
Yeah, an hour 30. Yeah, let's end this thing.